Hello everyone, it's FARMSIMGUY here. Hope you're all doing well. We're just performing a little bit of maintenance on the TW here. Needed a little bit of a birthday. And we've just had a letter through. DEFRA have been in touch. We have got ourselves quite a substantial fine for that little faux pas with the fertilizer in the last episode. A whole £15,000 we have to pay them. That's a little bit of a warning to just have our wits about us and make sure we avoid doing that again in the future. That is a real kick in the teeth, actually. It's, we're trying to build the business up a little bit more and end up throwing money down the drain. But it's our own silly fault, really. We should have been a bit more careful, and we'll learn from that and not make the same mistake again, hopefully. Anyway, we'll get this finished here. We'll get this sorted. Now, to be honest, we are waiting on a phone call from the dealership. They have promised us, Horsch are bringing some equipment up to demo, slightly longer term demos, so we should have it for a few weeks, to run some of their seeding equipment, which I'm very excited about. So, looking forward to that, and also, we talked about it in the last episode as well. Our equipment is getting quite old now. We've obviously got the TW, which is a great workhorse, but it's showing its years now. Obviously we bought the case, which has been a great start. New Holland doesn't belong to us, but our old Renault, and of course the Fiat that is no more. So, we should be really thinking about upgrading our equipment. We want people's perception of us to be good, so we should definitely be looking at upgrading her, but it costs quite a lot of money, to be honest. So we've got to have our wits about us. We've got to make sure the bank manager's happy. Because we will lease a lot of the equipment that we can pay that back. So the only way we can do that is by doing lots of work. In addition to that, we ploughed our field down here in the last episode as well, ready to be planted. And we also have the field next door ready to be planted as well. So we've really got to decide what we put in those and how we want to take those forward. So jumping in here, there they both are, and you can see zero fertilization in them as well. I am holding out hope that there'll be enough slurry to at least use on one of these fields in the not too distant future. So we can get some help for the crops on there. Ideally I'd like that before we start planting, but I'm not sure if that's going to be possible. But after that we can obviously still spray them as well. So lots to keep us busy. We also have, sitting down here, flashing away there, a seeding contract ready to go in field 18 as well. So, again, another reason why we could do with the dealership giving us a bell. Hello, tell me the good news.
Hello, FSG. Aye, the equipment's here. You want to come and get it?
I would be delighted to. I will be down there very, very shortly.
No bother, pal.
Okay, exciting stuff. The equipment's here. Let's head down to the store and see what this stuff looks like up close. There it is. It's a Massey 8S. A 285 as well, so quite a lot of horsepower in there. This is the planter version, so for corn, sunflowers and the like. And this is a cultivator that also has a seeding unit on it as well. So your wheat, your barley, your oats, all of those crops. And they are ours for the next couple of weeks. But look at this beauty. He did say he would give us a decent tractor to run it on. If we like this, we could certainly consider buying one of these, although they're coming in around about 200,000. But he has got some other stuff as well. He said he's got a Fendt that he might let's have a run in as well, so we'll have a look at that. And we really need to start making some decisions soon, but for now, this is a whole stage ahead of where we're at with our business. Look at this. So we've just checked the contracts. It's Isaac Ewing, and he wants oats down in field 18 that we just looked up on the map before. So I'm going to leave the planter here, and we will take the seeder first time, the finer 6L. So look at this, it's beautiful. Right, let's get the equipment flipped over and we'll give it a run. Right, we're all hooked up. We'll just fold that up there, like so. That'll help us down the lanes a little bit. Now, I am going to have to go and pick up some seed and fert from the farm. So we'll go and do that, and then we'll get on with the job. Oh, how about this? So this is whisper quiet in this cab. It is a completely different experience to, say, the Renault. Out the way, Mr. Deer. We need to get on with stuff today. Hopefully that'll run into a field in a minute. Yeah, go through the gate there. No! You're gonna get run over. It's away. Either that or it's gone under the tractor. I didn't feel any bumps, so we should be alright. This is super, super nice in here. So quiet. I'm gonna have to be a little bit careful with these jewels on that the cars can get past. That seemed to be fine. But this is gorgeous. Right, like I said, we're going to have to run to the farm, we're going to have to pick up some seed there, and then we'll head down to field 18. So, I guess we'll see you down there. Right, as you can see, we are full of seed now. We are just running down to field 18. Cautiously, as you can see, the roads aren't much wider than the tractor, so just have to have our wits about us. Right. We are in the field now, and we have started. This is absolutely lovely to drive. Unbelievably nice. I am spoiled. I'm not going to want to give this back. Now, before we jump in and get on with this field, I just want to address a couple of things that have been raised in the comments after the last episode. Now, when the police were in the yard, they hadn't come necessarily to raise the issue around the fertilizer being let into the water. They just happened to mention that in passing. They were actually there because of Charles's vehicle, which he's reported to them as being vandalised in the yard. Now, between us, I think we know that it was us with the snowblower by accident. I was just trying to clear the snow and completely pebble dashed his car. Now, off the back of him being really annoyed with us about the fertiliser in the water, didn't think it was the right time to come clean. We will have to, at some point, come clean though, because if he finds out any other way, that could be a real disaster. So we just need to pick the right time to do that. So I don't know when that is yet, but we will find out. But in the meantime, we've got a job to do here. So let's get our heads down. Let's get the job done. Let's try and get as many contracts as possible and take things from there. But this is a different world in this tractor. It's glorious. So let's push on with the job, and we will see you very shortly. Right, here we go. We have just about finished here. We've got this tiny little bit in the top corner, and then that is that field done. This has been amazing. I do not know how I managed with my equipment for as long as I have when there's stuff like this out here. I can totally understand the justification investing in new and modern kit. The speed we've done this, the comfort we've been in when we've been doing this, the perception that you can get from your customers by the way you mean business by having a piece of equipment like this. I think it just all ticks all of the boxes. I'm as convinced as I've ever been now that upgrading our equipment to something more modern is definitely the way to go. Like I said though, for now we've just got to find the money for it. But that is the contract complete. We're going to collect the money for that, and we also still hadn't collected the money for our fertilizing contract, so we'll collect that as well, and we'll head back to the yard. There you go, 2 contract incomes there, pushing us up to £67,728 back in the bank, so we're starting to move in the right direction, definitely. Well, we did speak a little bit too soon there. There you go, there's the 15,000 coming out at the same time for our fine, but it's got to be paid, right? So at least we know where we are now, 52,728. We just need to move on from there, don't we? Right, let's run back to the farm. I think while we've got this seeder on, we should replant the grass in our field, and then we will go and get the planter, and we will start to put some corn in the other field. So we'll see you back at the farm. Right, here we are coming up to the junction. Hopefully we don't bump into any traffic, he says, as that car just appears. Now the nose of this is very out there as well. Let's just take the chance while we can. Hopefully when we're on this back lane we shouldn't have too many issues. We could just be jumping in there and doing that field as well, couldn't we? But I have to say the turning circle on this Massey is fantastic as well. Really, really tight. So we'll go back to the yard and maybe put a little bit more seed in, and then we'll head straight down into the field. Look at the width there. There's literally no space to spare with these joules on. Actually not appropriate at all for these back lanes, but it's definitely helping with the seeding. And the other thing we've got on this tractor, which we've not had before, is GPS, which is super exciting. It's definitely going to help us in this field as well. So we're going to jump straight into this. We're going to get seeding, get everything ready, set up, and then we'll go and get the other planter and start from there. But got 44% left in. We might need to go and pick up some more seed, but we'll see. But let's get our grass planted ready so that we can start cutting it and get some more feed for the cattle. Cows are doing well, actually. We'll have a look at them in a little while, but no, they're doing great at the moment. So let's do a couple of headlands. We will turn the GPS on and give it a spin. So we will see you shortly. Right, here we are on our last pass. I have got to say, with GPS, it just makes life so much easier as well. So that's another tick in the box from this tractor. And again, if we can afford it going forward, we will absolutely try and get GPS in our tractors, because just makes seeding a joy, and I'm guessing a load of other tasks as well. But there we go. That is us done. We are all finished here. We'll run back up to the yard. I'm going to find a shed for this for now, I think, because next job is going to be going into the next field there and getting corn in the field. Also, actually, another reason why GPS was brilliant in this field, the planted texture looks very similar to the cultivated texture, so I'm kind of pleased that we had GPS to keep ourselves straight and avoid any gaps in the seeding. So there we go. But this is quite dirty as well. I'm going to invest, I think, in a pressure washer, and I wonder where we'll put it. Just tucked on the end here. That looks pretty good. Let's set that up as well. We'll give that equipment a clean, because it's not ours to leave dirty. Gonna have to hand it back at some point, so we should probably look after it. There we go. That'll do nicely. We can just reverse stuff up here, get it washed. Right, now that's been placed, let us head round and give this a little wash. Even though the tank at the front and the tractor aren't that dirty, we'll give them a quick wash down, and then we'll get through here and get the cultivator cleaned. I am really loving this horse kit as well. It makes such a difference having modern kit. Actually, one thing I'm going to do, we're just going to quickly pop the lid on this. There we go. And we are going to fill this back up with seed while we can. And then it's ready. What we'll do, we'll pick up the planter from the shop and go straight to the field. We don't need to come back to the yard then. So let's ditch this cultivator and we'll be back. Right, here we are, all loaded up with the planter. You can see down in the bottom corner, it does have some capacity in the actual planter itself. We didn't fill that obviously with seed, but the front hopper has got 1600 litres in, so I know a lot more corn seed goes in the ground than if you're doing grass seed, so we'll just have to see how we get on. But we do have more seed back at the yard, so we will just take our time and make sure we do things right. Let's just pull over a little bit here to make sure that that car can get past, and let's head to the field here. And we'll jump straight in and just have some more fun in this fantastic tractor. So, let's get our cornfield planted. Get this unfolded. I do like the look of this unit as well. It looks really robust. Beautifully made equipment. Right. Let's do a couple of headlands and then dive into it. So, back again very shortly. Right, here we are, last couple of passes. This has gone really smoothly as well. I have got to say, I think we've got through quite a lot of work today, haven't we? What with the contract and getting both these fields prepped and ready for the new summer season. Yes, we've still got to fertilise them and make sure that we optimise. They both need rolling as well, actually, which is, again, another piece of equipment we don't have, but they're not overly expensive to pick up, so we may do a little bit of rolling in the next episode, but we'll basically get this last little pass done here, and then I think we'll call it for this episode. It's been an efficient one. So let's drop this down one last time. Let's head up to the top here, and we will head back to the yard, and we'll have a quick chat there. I said I would look at the cows, so we'll have a look at those. I think there's quite a lot of milk and slurry sitting there waiting to be collected, so that may put a smile on Charles's face. Maybe that'll be our opportunity to just drop the sad news that it was us that made a mess of his car. Anyway, let's go back to the yard, and we'll see you there. So there we are, parked up. Just glorious piece of equipment. I am loving that. Right, let's have a quick look at our animals. So there you go. There are the cows. Productivity right up there at 100%. 25,000 litres of milk sitting there waiting to be collected. We'll probably sort that out in the next episode as well. And we're up to 41,000 litres of slurry too. So really starting to build up a bank of slurry there, which is awesome news. They're going to need a feed in the next episode too, so we'll make sure we do that. And again, the horses, Trigger and Rocky, Davey is doing a phenomenal job with those guys. Look at that. They are healthy, they are clean, they are fit. He's riding them every day. He's making sure they're topped up with food. The numbers are going up. Remember, we paid 500 each for them, so they've doubled already. And they're going great guns. So, delighted with how that's going. David's doing a great job with the animals. But, on that note, I think it's safe to say that we will leave it for this episode. This could be a whole new world for us, this new fancy equipment. I am digging it already. But next episode, definitely some rolling to be done, and we need to pick up a few more contracts. We should sort of jump in actually and have a look at what's available in the contracts. Takes them out. Look at this first cut silage. There's a couple of fertilising ones in there, a few weeding ones down at the bottom. They're never very lucrative, those. Although Field 90 looks pretty good there for 2,000. We might pick that up. But we are spoilt for choice here. Look at the amount of baling contracts. Not that we wanted to jump straight back into baling so quickly, but hey, it's where the money is. So, on that note, I will say thank you very much for watching. Hope you're enjoying this, and I will see you all again very soon. Take care. Bye for now.